We did it. And I stayed up and watched the entire game.
You did not.
It was like 12:30. Yeah.
My goodness.
Yes, it was late, but it was so fun. Well, I say that. It wasn't fun for a little while.
Yeah, it was a close one.
The very last, minute was very relieving finally when it was all said and done. But yeah, it was a great game. And we swept the series. So here we are.
Yay, Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah.
Beating the Lakers.
Yeah.
It was a close one. And now they go to the Western Conference Finals, which is super exciting.
Can't wait for that.
We don't know who we're going to play yet. That's against either the Timberwolves or the Spurs. And we have not fared well against the Spurs so far this season. So I'm kind of hoping the Timberwolves pull it off. Both teams are going to be hard, but
do you know where they are in their game series?
They're tied 2-2.
Okay.
They play again tonight right here on News 4, so you can watch that game. So the Spurs, I don't know if you're familiar enough with Spurs and some of their athletes, but they have this guy named Wemby who's like, you thought Chet Holmgren was tall. He's like almost got a full, at least 6 inches on him.
You're kidding.
Yeah, he's so tall, and he is a major problem, has been for the Thunder all season long. So the Ant-Man is on. Anthony Edwards, he plays for the Timberwolves. He's really, really good. So, it's both teams are going to be tough, but we've got this.
We do, for sure. We've been there, done that. This is old news.
I don't think we're going to see another sweep like we had past two
Maybe
series.
Not a sweep. But I think we're going to win.
Yeah.
We're going to pull it out again.
Yeah, for sure. Of course.
Well, so today, if you want to go celebrate with the Thunder win, you can go and have your car painted. It is called Paint Your Ride, and it's happening at Mathis Home starting right now. I think it goes until 2 p.m., yes, at Mathis Home on Reno. And basically, they'll just deck out your windows in all Thunder related. And you can meet some Thunder girls, too, while you're out there. So.
In the first, 100?
500.
500 cars get a Thunder flag.
That's fun.
So we're going to see a lot of those, like the ones that you see right there on the side of those cars around town, which I have loved to see how much it was so evident last year, the community support for all of the players and the team and all of that. And I've just loved seeing how the people are getting their cars decked out. Their homes are getting all kinds of, gear that they're putting outside. And it's just been so cool to see. It's like such a fun, friendly, happy atmosphere.
It unifies us all.
Yes.
Our Thunder pride. Absolutely. And then there's the local baker on top of everything else. We've told you about her story several times, but now she's back and she is making her sweet treats like she loves to make, all Thunder themed. Stephanie Embry, she owns OKC Sweets. And this is her, and inside her pretty little bakery, but then she's got all kinds of Thunder themed, like you can have their face
that is so cool.
on a cake.
Isn't that cool?
Yes, from cookies to cakes. She makes cupcakes. Everything you can think of. She also won a cooking show.
Next level baker.
Yes. So we're very proud of her. And that's so neat.
And her stuff is good.
She's so well known. She's known nationwide. People place orders. And I bet you she could do other teams too. I don't know if she would, but I bet you she could.
She probably could. They're right though. I don't know if she would, but oh my goodness, it just looks everything that she makes is just so good. And I love the fact that she goes all in when it comes to Thunder season and playoffs. And a lot of bakeries do the same thing too. A lot of coffee shops also do it they'll put the froth on top. Will have their pictures of the team players and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty interesting how all these other restaurants and bakeries and shops have come up with ways to celebrate the Thunder. It's really cool.
It really is. And so I wish we could have shown you some of her bigger stuff, because her bigger stuff is included like jerseys. And then she also was it her that did the trophy? Was that her?
No, that was
a different person?
OKC Cake Lady.
Yes.
OKC Cake Lady, and she's OKC Sweets.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be very careful with your OKC bakers.
Yeah, right.
But they can both do great things.
Amazing
things. At OU, they have a new project called OU Project 200. And so this is very, very, I think it's a really cool idea what they're doing. The OU officials call it a generational investment in research, talent, and infrastructure designed to move Oklahoma into the future. And what they did was they came up with an initial list of 11 ideas on where to really focus harness the future of OU education. They came down to these 11 ideas: health, extreme weather, national security and defense, and secure and resilient energy systems.
Yeah, 4 things. I think they
whittled it down from 11
to 4.
and to these 4 things. And so but it'll generate $100 million in federal research funding every year starting next year.
Yeah, this is really cool. And they expect it to produce 2,000 jobs, about $95 million in new state and local tax revenues, which I think is really great. They are really excited about this, and I'm anxious to see how well it does. I think it's great. They're bringing in all these incredible teachers from across the country and world and everything to be a part of this. And I'm interested to see how well it works out.
So if you were going into college at this age, let's reverse time. Let's say it's like 20 years ago. We're going into college.
Yes.
So where would you all want to focus? Extreme weather, health, national security and defense, or secure and resilient energy systems?
You know, that would be difficult for me because I was not good at science or math. So that pretty much excludes all 4 of these. So, I think health would be, I had a PE minor or physical education minor. So maybe health would be something I might be interested in, as far as I don't know anything about, I know science, but I think making sure that you live a healthy life is important and something that's important to me. So I think that might be the area I'd focus on. What about you, Heather?
I would do health, and I would do more functional medicine, and really get into all of the different vitamins and minerals and just treatment, prevention, all of those things, but not just treating with medicine, finding the actual functional root cause is what I would get into. So, Jacqueline, how about you?
Extreme weather.
I knew it.
It's easy.
Yeah, I knew that would be you. I knew it. All right. When we come back, the Oklahoma Attorney General is filing a lawsuit against Temu. We'll tell you why next. We are getting a look at new images from inside PC North High School after the high school flooded over the weekend, and it brought really severe damage to the campus. And I hate this for all the kids who have been practicing so hard for their play, but the production of Frozen was called off. And I just feel for those kids because my daughter was in drama when COVID hit. And so she got a lead role in Aladdin, and then they had to cancel the play.
Oh, you're kidding.
And so I know all the emotions that these kids are feeling after they've practiced and practiced, but look at that. That's the stage area with puddles on top.
It's too bad they can't find another location to
another
hold
high school.
It. Yeah.
Right.
But I do know that a lot of their instruments and equipment were damaged too. That's one of the main reasons why they might not be doing it. But it's just so sad.
It really is. I hate to see this, but the final estimate for damage, we don't know what that would be, but one employee is estimating over $100,000. I think it'd be more than that. That's a lot of damage, but
as far as like equipment and things like that too, I think, right? I think I saw that estimate and they said just with instruments alone, they were thinking it might be close to that much.
Oh, yeah.
I know. That's just,
I think it'd be more than that.
Yeah. It just breaks my heart.
Hopefully insurance will pay a lot.
I hope so.
But who knows what the deductible is on that thing. But then, those instruments might not be insured with, especially not with, anyway, it's a big chunk of change is what we're saying.
It's so sad. And, I haven't got to talk to anybody from PC North yet, but I would really love it if they could, I know we're at the end of the school year. It's like a week or so left of school, but I would love it if they would be able to give those kids a chance to have their performances because like you said, they've been working so hard, weeks and weeks and weeks to learn this and to get it all, they were just days away from performing.
Yes.
So it just makes me sad.
And like I said, I bet there's a lot of tears involved because there was at my house. So, but there has been a donation form set up. So if you'd like to donate, we have a link on our website, kfor.com, to help all those kiddos and maybe find just a new venue for them to be able to have either their play or their concerts, their final year concerts. That would be fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just so sad. Heartbreaking.
So we talked about this yesterday. It is the beginning of the 100 days of deadly driving in Oklahoma and around the nation because schools are getting out, people are going on vacation. So it starts from Memorial Day to Labor Day. It's the 100 deadliest days. But also there is a simulator happening that law enforcement is doing to get people to change their mind on wearing seatbelts because only 85% of Oklahomans wear seatbelts. And this simulator is a rollover accident. Look at this.
Ugh.
Kids are the first to fall out if they're not buckled up because they're the lightest, followed by adults. So it's a really graphic simulator, but they want to get the message across.
Yeah.
Because every year in Oklahoma alone, 107 people are killed on roadways, and a lot of them are not wearing. And that's due to distracted driving alone. But when it comes to not wearing seatbelts, 85% of Oklahomans don't wear seatbelts. And, the national average is 91%. So we're far behind on that.
Yeah. I can remember being a teenager and, got into a really bad rollover crash and had my seatbelt on. Thank goodness. I didn't have it on initially whenever I got in the car until I saw a trooper that we drove by and we were like, oh, buckle up. And for whatever
God thing.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, we left it on. We didn't even think twice about taking it off. And, to this day, I will never not get in the car without my seatbelt on because I know I wouldn't be here if I wouldn't have put it on that night. So, that's scary to even think of, and just to see just how dramatic that is, just to see how much you fly around in there whenever you have a rollover crash.
Right, and to think of your kids too. So buckle yourselves and your kids up, of course.
Yeah.
When we come back, we're going to talk about a massive ruby, huge, like gigantuous. Is that a word? It's gigantic. We'll talk about that and show it to you when we come back. Hey, if you guys want a cheap Oklahoma City Thunder shirt, I know where you can find one.
Where's that?
You can find a counterfeit one on Temu. And that's one reason why Oklahoma Attorney General Gentner Drummond is suing Temu right now, because of all of the violations that they have, what they're selling, but then also the information that they're taking from us when you sign up for their apps and so forth. So in the lawsuit, the AG accuses Temu of unlawfully collecting data, violating customers' privacy, and counterfeiting some of Oklahoma's most iconic brands like the Thunder, OSU, and OU gear. $10,000 per violation is what he wants.
Per violation. Could you imagine how many violations that is? I mean, that's a lot of violations, especially if people are, because, people get on there because it's cheap. I've never personally bought anything from Temu before. I've looked at it and I've seen all of the, they have ads everywhere. Mm-hmm. But people get on there because it's less expensive. And if you can score a Thunder shirt that looks official for $10, I'm sure there's plenty of Oklahomans or Thunder fans who've done that. So that's going to really amount to a huge, huge chunk of money.
Right. If it happens, if it
will,
works.
Sure.
Because Temu says we categorically deny all of these allegations. So we'll see what happens with this. But I mean, companies don't like Temu because they do have these copyright violations. Consumers, they get cheap things, but at the same time, a lot of their data is being collected that they're not aware of. And so, we'll see where this ends up.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if I haven't seen if any other states' attorney generals have followed this path yet, but
we need to band together.
I know, Mike. Who knows?
It's because Temu is a gigantic Chinese company, so
it is.
We'll see where this goes. Of course, we'll continue to follow it.
I had someone tell me a story about they bought a couch off Temu and it came in and it was like the size of their cell phone.
So it was like for a dollhouse, like a dollhouse couch.
Well, I mean, it was a little bit bigger. It was like a toddler couch. It was just so small that they bought this. They were like, "Oh, this couch is nice." They bought it and it was like.
Was it a dog bed?
No, it was like a little toddler couch.
Okay.
That you'd put in a toddler's room.
Oh,
they didn't check the dimensions apparently, or get out a ruler and see, I wonder how far, so they said, well, thank goodness it was only like $39.99. And my thought process was like, who in their right mind would sell a full-size couch for $39.99?
Yes. If it's too good to be true, it definitely is.
Yeah.
I bought a few things from Temu, mainly like stocking stuffers at Christmas time. It's a good place to get that. But you got to, give yourself enough time for it to get there. And then what you do is you download the app, buy your stuff, and delete the app. Don't leave it on your phone.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. So anyway,
they won't collect all your information.
Maybe they have, but I don't have anything to hide. And if you want to come steal all my finances, good luck, because there aren't any. So, but let's talk about, speaking of finances, a massive 11,000 carat ruby has been unearthed in Myanmar. And it's a war-scarred gemstone. And I say this because, like diamonds, there's the conflict areas in the diamond trade. It's the same thing when it comes to rubies. So human rights groups have urged jewelers to stop buying gems from Myanmar because the industry has funded military governments, fueled international conflict, and so forth. This one, though, weighs 11,000 carats. And Adria, even though it's smaller than another huge one they found, it's more valuable.
Because of its scarring?
Yeah, well, because it's so brightly colored.
Wow.
And it's so the other one was 21,000. So it's like the other one's almost double this size, but this one is still more valuable because of the superior quality and color.
Let me ask you a question. If you were walking around the street or wherever and you stumbled upon this rock, would you think that's a ruby?
I would think it's an old moldy strawberry.
Yeah, is right. That's what it looks like. I would have never guessed that would be. I mean, I know they polish it and do all that kind of stuff and shape it and everything, but I never would have thought that would be a ruby. I'm sure experts were the ones that discovered it, so they knew what to look for, but never would have thought that.
It's beautiful. I would love, once they finally get it carved down and faceted and cut, I wonder how much smaller it will be. It'll still be gigantic, but or what they'll do with it. I would think they would keep it in one piece because it's more valuable that way.
Well, yeah, and it's like, so, it's just a piece of history, essentially. That is so 11,000 carats.
And the other one was 21,450 carats, and this one's still more valuable.
You'd be like showing off your ring, and you'd have to hold your hand down like this.
You'd have to go.
my hand's falling off. My 11,000 carat ruby. You like it?
Who knows how many millions that's going to sell for?
Oh my goodness gracious!
Do you guys like photography?
Yes, I do.
Jacqueline?
Of course.
I do too. So I think that when you're probably in our industry, you just love photography anyway.
Yeah.
Out in nature, love to do that kind of thing, take lots of pictures. My kids tell me I take way too many pictures, but it's my thing. So the USPS is unveiling Route 66 Centennial stamps. But a photographer is behind all of this. He took 42 trips to get all of these stamps along Route 66.
Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah, very impressive.
Route 6. So does each, does every state have a different?
So guess which one is ours? We're probably going to show it to you. If we go back to the full screen. Okay, just keep watching. Guess which one is Oklahoma's? We'll see it again in a second.
Okay.
And you'll have there it is. Quick.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Which one was it?
Tulsa Oil Motel up there at the top. Yeah, so we're at the top, maybe 3 over when we show it again.
And so this guy from every state there
you go, number 3 at the top.
Yep. So every state that obviously the Route 66 goes through, this guy goes to it and takes pictures of iconic pass-throughs on Route 66. Is that accurate?
He's taken pictures in 8 different stamps. The offering includes 8 different stamps.
Oh, I thought you said 40.
He's been on 42 trips to get all of the pictures, and the ones that were chosen were 8 different stamps. His name is David J. Schwartz. My dad used to call me Schwartz when I was little. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it
because I'm short?
Maybe short.
No, he would just call me Schwartz.
Well, isn't there a movie?
Sandlot.
Is it Sandlot? Or is it? Have you ever heard of the Meatballs movie? Wasn't the guy named Schwartz?
I don't know.
Did your dad ever? Oh, your dad may not have ever.
No, they didn't let me watch that.
It was, it's not a bad movie, but gosh, who is in that movie? I can't remember. Not John Candy. Is it John Candy? Anyways,
I don't know.
I think they were. I think they were. Schwartz was one of the names on that. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah. Well, so we didn't watch that in my household because when I was 5 years old, I walked into the living room and repeated what they said on TV, which was the HE double hockey sticks, and went into the kitchen and told my missionary parents, "What the heck did you say?" And they're like, "We're canceling HBO right now.
You cannot watch anything that is not Christian, based."
Right. All right. When we come back, we're going to talk about pen pal programs, and they still exist in the U.S. That's next. Did you all ever have a pen pal as a young child?
I did.
No.
I had
Yeah.
several,
You did?
but I lived overseas. So, but I had all my little American friends that would write to me and I would write back to them. And it was very important to me because I was super lonely overseas growing up.
Aw.
So I loved pen pal programs and they're still around.
Yep.
This is surprising to me. So, more than 15,000 people signed up for a pen pal program created by a writer for The New Yorker during the COVID-19 pandemic when a lot of people were shut in at home. And also, this right here, what you're looking at right there, they've been pen pals for 40 years. It was a
Oh,
New
wow.
Zealander and a lady from New Hampshire, and they finally met after 40 years. But this is what's so strange. There's an app called Slowly that mimics the anticipation of receiving a letter by delaying digital message deliveries.
What?
And it has 10 million users.
Just so that way you can have some anticipation.
Yes,
And wait
I
for
can't
your...
wait to see what they write back.
That's funny.
Why not just delay it sending it? I don't know.
That is interesting.
I don't know. Yes, to each their own.
Nothing makes you feel better than to see a nice letter in the mail for you.
Yeah.
Like someone was
Heartfelt.
caring about you. You know, someone was thinking about you.
Exactly. We have 4 bizarre holidays today, starting with International Day of Plant Health.
National Limerick Day.
National Nutty Fudge Day.
And National Odometer Day. Do not be rolling them back. It's Odometer Day. Do that every other day of the year, not today.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow at 11. Have a great day.